Derrick, nice to see you here at the annual Walk-A-Con. First and foremost, let me say thanks. Thanks for standing up. Standing up for what you believed in on January 6th, and now standing up for what you believe in when it comes to our country and a change, because we need a change. You're running for Congress now, right?
Yes, sir. And thank you guys for everything you guys do over OAN as well, you know, getting the truth out there. There's not enough people doing that.
We try.
Yeah, you guys are doing a great job, so thank you.
Talk to us about what led up to January 6th for you, what took you there, and then just give folks your story on how you've been persecuted ever since that day.
Yeah, so I'd just been elected to the West Virginia State House in 2020. I was the first Republican to win my district in 98 years, won a landslide victory.
Nice.
It was short-lived. I came home and like everyone else turned on the TV, started seeing the presidential election being stolen, not only from President Trump, but from the American people. So when I went to the Capitol that day, I was not only there for myself, I was there also being the voice for the roughly 50,000 people I was representing at the time. I was nonviolent, non-destructive, was never accused of those things. Walked through an open set of doors, thanked a police officer for his service. It's all on video. He gave me a friendly fist bump. I spent less than 10 minutes inside, walked back out. Long story short, I was facing 24 years in prison, had an 18-month legal battle. I did 3 months in federal prison, 8 days of solitary confinement because I refused the COVID vaccine when they held me hostage. And now I'm running for U.S. Congress because I'm going to kick in the front door and expose the corruption in D.C.
Wow, Derrick. So you entered, and it's on video. There was no death and destruction or mayhem by your part.
Nope.
And yet they somehow came up with charges, trumped up charges, to calculate 24 years when we have rapists, murderers, and pedophiles in every major blue city in this nation getting a slap on the wrist, barely with jail time these days.
That's exactly right, and that's what they're doing. They're using that 1512 obstruction of official proceeding, which doesn't even pertain to January 6th. It's a 20-year felony. It's also one of the charges they recommended for President Trump. So that one charge alone was 20 years. So because of that, I was facing 24 years in prison, just the same as most other January 6th political prisoners have found themselves in the same situation.
You fought? Did they force you, like so many people, like our friend Brandon, so many folks didn't have the legal means and were forced into plea deals because they're like, this is 24 years, but if you comp a plea and then let us put you under probation for umpteen years, we'll let you go.
Well, that's exactly what they do. So at the time when they raided my home, I had 4 kids all under the age of 5 years old. And so they raided my home, and like you said, they drain you financially. So I had an 18-month legal battle. I fought it as long as I could. We knew they were never going to move the trials out of D.C. We knew we were not going to get a fair trial. And so they offered the civil disorder plea deal. It was just 0 to 6 months, and ended up getting sentenced to 3 months in federal prison. I did my time. I got 2 more years of probation left, so we're still on probation and still.
So see what they do, and you know it obviously best. It happened to you. They're throwing the book at you with everything in the kitchen sink just so they can get a guilty plea. So a Trump supporter and a freedom-fighting, freedom of speech American like yourself has to go do some jail time, even if it's a month, 3 months, just so they can put it on the record. Because how does a prosecutor go 24 years down to 3 months if you're that bad of a person?
Exactly. You know, that's exactly what they're doing. They came after me so hard because I was the only elected legislator in the entire country that they could get their hands on. So think about everybody across the country who ran on President Trump's coattails, saying they were MAGA and they were going to be fighting and all these things. And then when it actually came time to do something, I'm the only one who had the courage to actually peacefully and patriotically protest. And so they had me, and they wanted their pound of flesh because I was the only elected legislator they had their hands on.
For you. All right, you got that behind you. You're running for Congress right now. What's some of the major platform issues you're trying to tackle besides transparency in our corrupt-ass government, and why should folks vote for you?
Well, you know, obviously we've got to secure a border. Inflation's out of control. We've got to start putting America first, stop sending all this money to other countries when we got our own problems here at home. And then, you know, look, this is a MAGA district. This is not only a red district, it's one of the most biggest Trump districts in the entire country. I tell everyone, we got to start flipping the red districts red. Get rid of the rhinos in these red districts and get some America First patriots in there. So I tell everyone, I'm going to stand on the national stage beside of President Trump. I'm going to beat the drum of freedom, not only for West Virginia, but for every single God-fearing American conservative across this country.
Good for you. If they want to find out more about your campaign, how do they do so, Derrick?
You can follow me on social media, and you can also go to my website, evansforwv.com.
Derrick, best of luck to you, man. Thanks for chatting with us.
Yeah, thank you guys. Appreciate you.